Hello students, in this lecture we will do class 10th history chapter number 1, the rise of nationalism in Europe, long answer type question answer. Short we have already done in the previous lecture. So let's start it. There are 5 questions in this section. We will do one by one. Question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Explain what is meant by the 1848 revolution of the liberals. What were the political, social and economic ideas supported by the liberals? Answer is a revolution led by the educated middle class in France and many European countries in the year 1848 is the revolution of the liberals. Along with this, the revolts of the poor, unemployed, and the starving peasants and workers were also going on. Okay, and in the second part, हमें क्या करना है? Political, social, and economic ideas. What were the political, social, and the economic ideas supported by the liberals? The political ideas that were supported by the liberals are creation of a nation state on parliamentary principles, a constitution, freedom of the press and the freedom of association, a republic based on a universal male suffrage. The social ideas were no group in the society should be privileged by birth. They demanded a society based on freedom and equal laws and opportunity for all. In the economic sphere, liberalism stood for the freedom of markets and the abolition of the state-imposed restrictions on the movement of goods and capital. Question number 2. Choose 3 examples to show the contribution of the culture to the growth of nationalism in Europe. Answer. Culture played an important role in creating the ideas of the nation. What are the parts of culture? That are language, art and poetry, stories and music had expressed and shaped nationalist feelings. So these things are involved in culture. First example is nationalist in Greece. So first example is of Greece. Nationalists in Greece got supported from many West Europeans who had sympathies for ancient Greek culture. Poets and artists lauded Greece as the cradle of European civilization and mobilized public opinion to support its struggle against a Muslim empire. Second example is German philosopher John Gottfried Herder believed that it was through the folk songs, folk poetry, and folk dances that the true spirit of the nation was popularized. Third was in the case of Poland. National feelings were kept alive through music and languages. After Russian occupation, the Polish language was forced out of the schools and the Russian language was imposed everywhere. The use of Polish came to be seen as the symbol of struggle against the Russian dominance. Question number 3. Throw a focus on any 2 countries. Explain how nation developed over the 19th century. So we have to give example of 2 countries that has developed as a nation over the 19th century. Okay, so we will take example of Germany and Italy. Answer. Germany and Italy were the 2 countries that developed into a nation state in the 19th century. So this regarding Germany, we have already done in the short answer type question. We are just writing it again. Okay, we have earlier done this question. So it is the same answer is there. In case of Germany, middle-class Germans in 1948 tried to unify the German Confederation into a nation-state governed by an elected parliament. However, this liberal initiative was repressed by the combined forces of monarchy and the military. Thereafter, Prussia took leadership for national unification. Its chief minister Otto von Bismarck, along with Prussian army and bureaucracy, carried out the process. Three wars over 7 years with Austria, Denmark, and France ended in the Prussian victory and completed the process of unification. In January 1871, the Prussian King William I was proclaimed German Emperor. So second country is Italy. Revolutionary uprisings to unify Italy by Giuseppe Mazzini in both in 1831 and 1848 failed. So Mazzini ने ट्राई किया था कि both in 1831 and 1848 में revolution किया था to unify Italy, but both these revolutions failed. Then Count Camillo di Cavour, the chief minister of Sardinia, Piedmont state, one of the 7 states of Italy, led the movement to unify the regions of Italy. Through Cavour's tactful diplomatic alliance with France, Sardinia, Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. Under the leadership of Giuseppe Garibaldi, in 1861 Italy was unified and Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed King of United Italy. Next, question number 4. How was the history of nationalism in Britain unlike the rest of the Europe? Answer is, in Britain, the formation of the nation state was not the result of a sudden upheaval or revolution. It was the result of a long drawn out process. First point is, there was no British nation prior to the 18th century. The primary identities of the people who inhabited the British Isles were ethnic ones, such as English, Welsh, Scot, or Irish. But as the English nation steadily grew in wealth, importance, and power, it was able to extend its influence over the other nations of the island. Point number 2, the Act of Union 1707 between England and Scotland that resulted in the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. The British Parliament was dominated by British members. Scotland's distinctive culture and political institutions were systematically suppressed. Point number 3, Ireland suffered a similar fate. It was divided between Catholics and Protestants. The English helped the Protestants of Ireland to establish their dominance over a largely Catholic country. Catholic revolts against British led by Wolfe Tone and his United Irishmen in 1798 were suppressed. Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the United Kingdom in 1801. Question number 5. Why did nationalist tensions emerge in the Balkans? Answer is, first we will define what we understand by Balkans. The Balkans was a region of geographical and ethnic variation comprising modern-day Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, Slovenia, Serbia, and Montenegro, whose inhabitants were broadly known as Slavs. Okay. All these who are inhabited in these countries are collectively known as Slavs. Okay. The spread of the ideas of romantic nationalisms in the Balkans, together with the disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, made this region very explosive. Point number 1. Then point number 2 is, One by one, Balkans' European subject nationalities broke away from its control and declared independence. The Balkan peoples based their claims for independence or political rights on nationality and use history to prove that they had once been independent but had subsequently been subjugated by foreign powers. Point number 3. As the different Slavic nationalities struggled to define their identity and independence, the Balkan area became an area of intense conflict. And fourth point is there was intense rivalry among the European powers like Russia, Germany, England, Austro-Hungary over trade and colonies as well as the naval and military might. Thank you, students.